Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic X Shadow Generations with Chaos Counseling. Excuse me. Sorry. Hello, Muffin. Yes, you have been summoned. I figured since, again, you were probably the person looking forward to this the most, and you're probably like one of the most active people on the Discord server, I would let you know personally that we were doing this, so welcome. For those who are wondering why I'm doing my stream anywhere between 2 to 3 hours earlier than normal, my insomnia has been acting up again. Sorry, I just drank some caffeine, and yeah, I can't sleep. So why don't we just get started? I mean, there's not a ton to recap. The story of this game, it's basically strange entity, pulls Sonic past and present into a time loop, and oh dear. Okay, that works. And now we've got to... Okay then. And now we've got to save the world. Well, and we're saving our friends. Yeah, great first start. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait, for real? Okay, that makes me so happy. Okay, for those who've never played Sonic Adventure 2, there were fake movie posters. Oh, wait a minute. Is this supposed to be a level from Sonic Adventure 2? I didn't actually look at what this level was called, but yeah, the Chows in Space was a movie poster you could see in the background of a couple levels in Sonic Adventure 2. And then the fact that it's the search for Tikal is also a reference, because if you're not familiar, because she only ever appeared in the one game, well, and then, multiplayer in Sonic Adventure 2, Tikal is I think, well, she's not one of Knuckles' ancestors per se, at least not in terms of the fact that I'm pretty sure they're not, like, directly related or anything, but she is, an echidna from... Didn't say what this level's called before you play it the first time. Oh, okay. Okay, this has got to be Radical Highway or whatever the Tails version of this level was from Sonic Adventure 2. But yeah, she's basically just an ancient echidna who's responsible for sealing chaos away in the Master Emerald. Then, at the end of the game, she and Chaos, like, the fuck? I'm fairly sure this is Sonic Adventure level. Okay. At least I'm not crazy. Oh, I understand now. Oh. But yeah, I'm drawing a blank what I was trying to say, but yeah, basically she's responsible for sealing chaos away inside the Master Emerald, and oh, hi Chow. You guys So there's a Chow there, and I literally can get the Chow. I was about to say, as a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, I am legally obligated to, like, be obsessed over any and everything that even acknowledges the Chow exist. Because, god damn it, if Sega give us a game that... God... Have I mentioned I'm bad at this game yet? Because I'm like, god damn it, Sega, give me... bring the Chow Garden back. I will literally buy a game that is as broken as Sonic... Hell, I would buy Sonic Boom. Like, you could release Sonic Boom in its broken, miserable state, just tack a Chow Garden onto it, and I would buy it. Not only would I buy it, I would probably say it was the greatest game that came out that year. As someone who's one of the first video games I personally owned was Pokemon, I'm legally obligated to like anything that has even a slight, you know, monster raising mechanic, which is technically a lie, but I digress. Let's see. Sonic Games was... This Sonic game is my first ever Sonic game. The original Sonic Generations. I mean, I figured that's what you meant, but yeah, no, I get ya. Okay, I say I'm obligated to like any game that has a mechanic that's even remotely close to Pokemon, but that would be a lie because a former fan of the channel who, quite frankly, was actually kind of a dick on stream, highly recommended that I check out Monster Hunter Monster Hunter Stories because they thought it would be a really good game for edgelord. And the way that, God, honestly, the way they pitched it, I actually agreed with them at the time. The problem is, and while that game does have Pokemon-esque elements, I found the game to be so fucking boring. Like, it was enjoyable for maybe the first 10 hours of the game, but it got so dull so fast. Okay, Speed Highway. I refuse to believe that that's not a reference to either Radical, or maybe there was a level called Speed Highway in Sonic Adventure 1. Because I am convinced this... Ooh, the light dash is back. Nice. Because I am convinced this has to be a reference to Radical Highway in some way. And again, as... This is Radical Highway. Like, this is Radical Highway. Again, as someone who played, like, Sonic Adventure 2, I have played that game a lot. Like, it is the Sonic game I have sunk more hours into. Right, I've got the bumper. It's the game I have sunk more hours into than any other Sonic game. Okay, it's different. It is being different enough now from Radical Highway that you could convince me it's not, but still, like, there's no way this is not, at the very least, inspired by Radical Highway. Yeah, no, again, Ant Dude once said a really funny joke that perfectly sums up me when it comes to the Sonic franchise. The joke he made is like, look, I'm a Sonic. It's like, yes, Sonic Adventure 2 is the only Sonic game I like, or it's like, what can you expect? I'm a Sonic fan. I legally only can like one game. Huh? Okay, please tell me the light dash is going to work better in this game than it did in Sonic 06, because I checked. Speed Highway is a Sonic level from. Okay, it's from Sonic Adventure 1. Okay. Okay, Muffin, you were freaking here when I was doing Sonic 06, and you saw the light dash never worked properly. Huh. Yeah, it looks like this game is going to pull a Sonic 06. Just... There we go. Just... Bit of advice, game developers, never go full Sonic 06. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend going a little Sonic 06. Oh, damn it. There was a Chow. And as we just established, I have an unhealthy love for the Chow. Okay, just running down the side of the building, I definitely just want to burst out into rolling around at the speed of sound. Right, the bumpers. I'm still not used to using those. The Chows are pretty cool indeed, yeah. Especially since you'd think with Sonic Frontiers, with the... It's very clear... Wait, what the fuck? What just happened? Like, the designs of the Ancients in Sonic Frontiers are very clearly meant to homage Chaos, and... Oops. Chaos is very much, you know, intrinsically tied to the Chows. You think that would have been a golden opportunity to bring the Chows back, you know? But No. Holy shit. How... Oh my god. God exists and I just proved it with that luck. Those... Although, speaking of the Chow Gardens, one thing that just always kind of bugged me a lot was, so, for those who don't know, Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure were released on the Sega Genesis, or not Genesis, Sega Dreamcast initially. However, due to the fact that the Dreamcast just got completely murdered by the PlayStation 2, not PlayStation 2, PlayStation, and the N64, Sega just opted out making consoles in the future. They just decided to stick to developing games.
Thank you for saving me, Mr. Sonic. It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
You did great, kiddo.
I have the Freddy Fazbear Fanta. Oh, nice. Cream. Probably the only Sonic character that I'm aware of that has living parents outside of the comics. Because, yeah, thanks to the prick Ken Penders, Sonic doesn't have parents anymore, outside of Tom and Maddie. Shoot, what was I was saying something before, but I'm drawing a blank now. Rescue Rouge? Why, yes, I would. But yeah, it was initially released on the Dreamcast, and then once the Dreamcast, sadly was discontinued. I don't know if it was necessarily the I don't remember if the console itself was considered an out-and-out failure, you know? But I do know it did not sell well, because, like, I don't know if the Dreamcast sold better than, say, the Wii U, just as an example. Because the Wii U was considered a failed console. Oh, yeah, okay. This is City Escape. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free. Oh. This is actually kind of fun, playing this in a 2D, since, you know, it's usually a behind-the-scene chase. Let's see, Sonic used to have parents before Ken Penders. Oh, are you not familiar with the Ken Penders situation? Because, yeah, Ken Penders is the reason why, like, the Freedom Fighter characters that were introduced in Sonic Sat AM, as well as were really put into prominence thanks to the Archie comics. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, cool, I'm not dead. What the? Okay, skateboard power-up. Sure, why not? And only as much as you've talked about. Haven't done much of my own research. Okay, 1 second, Muffin. Okay, Muffin, I just shared a link with you on Discord. It's a video by the YouTuber Comic Drake, who... Okay, there's a... Okay, I like the Ray and Mighty wanted posters. That was fun. He kind of goes into detail, and like most anything that I could say about Ken Penders would be just parodying this YouTuber. Again, if I didn't specify, it's the YouTuber Comic Drake. Yeah, you can check it out after the stream, or hell, if you'd rather watch that than the stream, I also understand. But yeah, basically, because of just how poorly the legal situation with Ken Penders was handled, how do I put this? Technically speaking, the first time we ever saw Sonic's parents in a piece of media was the Archie comics, when Penders was the head writer. So because of how badly botched the lawsuit was handled on Archie's legal team's side, basically Sega doesn't have the right to use Sonic's dad, or Sonic's parents, at least as they appeared in those comics, you know? I mean, that's not to say that, like, it is kind of interesting that they don't just, like, do their own version of Sonic's parents. And I guess you could make the argument that that's what they're doing with Tom and Maddie in the movies, but basically, Ken owns the rights to the public, or to the use of those characters. But how do I put this? The problem with most of the characters that Ken Penders walked away with the copyright to is, yes, he technically legally owns them, but he doesn't legally have the right to use them. Because a lot of his characters that he created, their entire existence was dependent on a pre-existing Sonic character's existence. Like, yes, he legally owns the right to both Sonic and Knuckles' dad, again, as they appeared in the Archie comics, but he can't exactly use them in his own works because their entire existence is dependent on something that Sega owns. At least if we're going completely by the book, legally speaking. I know Ken Penders still kind of tries to use certain characters he doesn't have the rights to. I mean, hell, probably one of the most infamous things he did. Oh, wow. Okay, this. Wow. Okay, my nostalgia's going into cardiac. It just. Wow. Just wow. I can't even begin to describe. Okay, the level's diverting slightly. I don't love it anymore. I don't know how I feel about this cover of City Escape. It's not bad, per se. At least I think this is a cover. I mean, maybe it's Crush 40, but it might be a new recording. It just, I don't know, the lyrics just sound slightly different than the one I remember from the original game. And again, I have played City Escape is the level that I played more than any other level in Sonic Adventure 2. Mostly just because I was obsessed with, obsessed with the Chow Garden in the original game. So this City Escape was actually one of the best levels, for me at least. Some others might disagree. It was like one of the best levels to grind for rings to spend in the black market in the Chow Garden. So again, I've heard the song, well then again, maybe it's because the volume is kind of turned down on my TV to make sure it's not being picked up by my microphone. So maybe if I turned it up, it'd be like, no, it's the same song. That, or maybe it's because I've been listening to the Nathan Sharp version of the song a lot more lately. specifically from the 30th anniversary concert, which, by the way, if you're not aware, Sega did a 30th anniversary concert to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary. And they did a bunch of like orchestral compositions from the Sonic games throughout the years. And then they also did live performances of some of their more iconic main themes from the video games. But they also did a live performance of City Escape because, yeah, well, this isn't the game's main theme. This song is arguably just as iconic to this game as Live and Learn is. That's what, I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that Live and Learn was featured in Sonic 3 in any capacity, but I also have to admit I would have also liked if City Escape made its way in there as well. But, Nathan Sharp actually, holy shit, okay, who turned the truck into a Decepticon? I do not approve of this. But yeah, they got Nathan Sharp, even though they had Crush 40, you know, at the concert. Well, not at the concert. They either pre-recorded their stuff or they like, they appeared via the internet or whatever. But even though they did have Crush 40, they got Nathan, or Nate. You know, Nate wants to oh, that, okay. I think my Decepticon joke may have been a lot more accurate than I thought it was going to be. Shoot, yeah, I don't have any more boost. But yeah, they actually got him to perform this song. Let's see. Ooh, you mean the Sonic Symphony thing? Yes, yes I do. I very much mean the Sonic Symphony thing. Yeah, I bought the whole soundtrack. I bought the soundtrack to that, like, immediately. It's so weird to me that they altered Rouge's...
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
So if you're not aware, in this version of the game, they for some reason decided that okay, no, the game did not. Okay, the game audio didn't mute. Sorry, it was just, it got super quiet there and I was worried. But for those who, they wanted to cover up the melons a bit. Well, no, I don't mind that. It's the back line that I think is weird. Because if you look at her back, in her old designs, it's below her wings. But in this design, her outfit goes up and it hits the wings and it looks weird to me. Like, again, I personally don't see a problem with Rouge's design. Like, to be perfectly frank.
We're here to travel a different route. There are other secret routes, so keep an eye out.
I mean, personally, I think I don't outright see a problem with, you know, as long as it's not like ridiculously sexy designs. It's like you can have designs in technically kids media that can be kind of and I think Rouge is a perfect example of this. Yeah, her design is arguably spicy compared to some other characters, but it's not pornographic. It's just, it's a good femme fatale design, you know? Air. Then again, that might just be because Rouge was probably one of 3 characters that made me realize I may have been a furry as a kid. I say may because, yeah, I have a fursona and edgelord. Yeah, I perfectly admit I've seen plenty of furry characters that, oops, I've been, you know, uh-oh. But, I don't know. I tend to go back and forth about whether or not I do consider myself a furry or not. I don't know. It's difficult. The spiciest characters is the big cat. Absolutely. By the way, and if anyone's wondering, because it's the internet, you probably are, the other two characters were Lola Bunny, because of course it was. What can I say? I was born in 1991. I was the perfect age to, you know, grow up with that in my subconscious, making me question my sexuality. And Crystal Fox. And I know for a fact that if I grew up with Sly Cooper, I sadly forget her name, I know that the Fox, Wolf, whatever she was, detective from those games would have absolutely caused young Luke to develop feelings he was not ready to process. It was kind of funny the other day. So, again, for those who don't know, mostly because if you haven't read any of my comics, which I'm assuming most of you haven't, because I've only really posted them to Instagram and TikTok at this point, mostly because I'm waiting to get, like, a tablet so I can draw them digitally before I really start trying to push them elsewhere, you know? Edgelord... How do I put this? Edgelord, I will often depict Edgelord as a black rabbit. That's partially a callback to Biomutant, which was the game Edgelord's originally from. Yes, Edgelord wasn't a rabbit in that game, but they were an animal, and I just thought it'd be funny if they were a cute little bunny rabbit. So the other day, Abby was like, so, honey, you realize technically speaking... Now that, and because I cosplay as Edgelord, like now that you have that Edgelord's a rabbit and you cosplay as him, you realize that Edgelord's your persona, right? I'm like, yes, honey, I am aware of that, and it's something I am okay with. Oops. I'm not super... Well, I know part of the problem is... How do I put this? When I first started hearing about furries back in kind of Seaside Hill, that... Okay, I want to say that's another Sonic Adventure level, especially with the orcas. But, again, I haven't played Sonic Adventure 1 as much as I did 2. So I could be remembering wrong. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Is this actually a Sonic Heroes level? Sorry, seeing it from this angle with this art style, those bricks, Sonic Heroes... Okay, yeah, it is a Sonic Heroes level, yeah. But I know that the problem was, especially when I first, you know, heard about furries, just getting in the, you know, discovering it on the internet for the first time, there was probably an unfair, but not entirely unfounded perception of them that they were just the... Furries were specifically the creepy... part of the internet who just wanted to show up and, you know, go to, like, the yiffing parties, yada yada. And it's just like, oh, it's just creepy people who just want to have sex with it in the fursuits, you know? Like, there was no nuance to how I felt like furries were being depicted to the masses, you know? And I feel bad. It's the whole thing that it's like, it doesn't matter if it's true. It's the group that gets the most attention that, that ultimately informs the masses' opinion on anything, you know? Which is, it's a shame. Because there is more to it than that. Damn it.
Jump up to this panel and grab hold of it. Once you're up there, jump again to perform a wall.
sorry, just since we're talking about spicy material, there is a game that I do kind of want to do for the channel, specifically for edgelord, but I'm also afraid to because it's a game I have played through, and it can get pretty spicy in some places. Let's see. Yeah, I had my past thoughts about furries and how I wasn't for them. I did stem from people joking about furries and me just getting along with people. Yeah, no, I get that. I definitely get that. I mean, that's why I will absolutely call out my younger self. I mean, hell, my younger self actually used a number of... Shit, no, let me out. I just saw a chat, damn it. Hell, I don't remember if it was... Shoot, what game was it? But it was... It's like, the joke was, what do you think you'll get canceled for? And I'm like, probably I have, and unfortunately some of them were on the early days of the YouTube channel. Probably for me using a slur that I didn't realize was a slur at the time. And I am very not proud of me. It's like, yeah, I know, like, some of the slurs that I used, I said them when I was a teenager who legit didn't know better. But I'm like, that doesn't that doesn't make it go away, you know? But anyway, the game that I was thinking of possibly wanting to do for the channel, specifically for edgelord, is South Park and the Stick of Truth. But I am a little concerned about it due to the simple fact that there is... because it's South Park, it gets very adult and hell. In one scene in particular, it's very graphic. And I'm like, okay, how do I... Is it something that I can do without, you know, kind of going against what the channel has largely stood for? Because after the Baldur's Gate 3 incident, where the nudity accidentally switched back on, I'm kind of afraid to play the game because I don't want to accidentally subject you guys to a potential very risque moment that you guys didn't sign up for, if that makes sense. But at the same time, the game is really fun, it's really funny, and I just think it would be a pretty funny edgelord game. So it's like, okay, do I just make sure that I skip over that scene in particular? Because, like, well, there are a couple bits of, like, blink and you'll miss it nudity. Like, the really bad one I'm referring to is... So, if you don't know, South Park and the Stick of Truth is broken up, takes place over the course of 3 days, I think. I haven't played it in a while. Heck, I remember when I first played it, I actually ended up getting, you know, trading the game in for store credit, because I'm like, I don't want this in my house anymore. But then, as time went on, I realized, I'm like, I do actually want it. I did actually have fun, so I got it again. But South Park and the Stick of Truth is broken up over the course of 3 days. Like, you'll have a daytime adventure during the day, and then you'll do something at night. Like, I think the first night you get abducted by aliens. That might be the second night. I might be mixing up, like, or maybe there's only 2 night adventures. I don't remember. Yeah, let's see. It's that South Park game you can skip. Well, is that the South... Oh, I actually didn't know there was a South Park game you could do that. But that's kind of funny. But, like, the one scene I'm really worried about happens during one of these nighttime missions. Specifically, what happens is that the underpants gnomes from South Park break into your house, and you're chasing after them to get your underpants back, but you get shrunken down to tiny size. And, well, I'm not going to really get into what happens in this level from here, because it's kind of fucked in a way. Okay, I'm calling bullshit. This is not from Sonic Heroes. You did not go underwater in Sonic Heroes. And again, I know that because Sonic Heroes is the Sonic game I have played the second most. Yeah, I know that game didn't have Chao in it, but I didn't know that at the time of me buying it. Yeah, in one South Park game, if you keep skipping cutscenes, the fat guy voice is like, fine, you want to skip, let's skip everything. Until the credits roll. That's funny. I love games that get super meta like that. They're funny. It kind of reminds me of the Serious Room from the Stanley Parable, which that was a game that someone recommended that we play. However, we ultimately said no, mostly due to the fact that I remember Markiplier played that game when it was new. I feel like a lot of people played that game when it was new. I just feel like there's nothing for me to really bring to the table that they didn't already do, you know? I mean, again, don't get me wrong. Basically every game I've ever streamed has been played by a bigger YouTuber at some point. And I'm probably not bringing anything new to the table with these either, but I don't have any history with the Stanley Parable, at least with... Sure, I've never played Sonic Generations, but I do have a history with Sonic. So I feel like...
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah! That thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
You know, that's a cute little explanation for what's happening.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
Hey SBO, you are my second favorite Sonic character. Yeah, by the way, we are still talking about streaming the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just finding time to stream together with Abby's super hard. For those who don't know, and I learned this from Did You Know Gaming, so I technically just quoting someone else's work, so I apologize for that, but bear with me. Apparently in the early stages of this game, the plan was they were actually thinking of having young Sonic be voiced by Jaleel White, who, again, if you don't know, Jaleel White is the guy who voiced Sonic in the 90s TV shows. So, like, yeah, he voiced Sonic in both The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Sat AM. Plus, he voiced Sonic and Sonic's siblings in the weird-ass show Sonic Underground. Hell, I know that Jaleel White was upset that he wasn't allowed to audition to play Sonic in the movies, which... fair enough. However, if you know the circumstances behind why, I think his name's Ben Schwartz, got the role, I kind of feel Jaleel White's being a little unreasonable with his complaint. Again, don't get me wrong, I don't feel Jaleel White gets the credit he deserves, especially when it comes to Sonic anymore, but again, if you know the story behind why Ben Schwartz, again, I could be getting the name wrong, Ben Schwartz... I'm... But yeah, if you know the story behind it, I do have to, I do kind of have to side with the filmmakers. Again, I do think it's kind of unfortunate that the filmmakers didn't even consider the current game voice actors for the roles, besides Tails' voice actor. Because, like, again, I get why... Again, if it's not Ben Schwartz, I apologize. I get why he got the role of Sonic, but why, you know, Knuckles' current voice actor wasn't considered and they just went for Idris Elba. I mean, not that Idris Elba does a bad job or anything. I'm rather fond of him as Knuckles, but...
Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Here goes. Leave this to me.
Uh-oh. Well, at least it's not an insta-death. I'll take it.
Sonic. Leave this to me. Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Leave this to
Okay,
me.
could you guys decide whether or not you're actually enthralled by Rouge or not? I'm a busy guy
Here
who
goes.
has a wife. I don't have any children, but I have a wife. I have a YouTube channel, and I have an unhealthy fixation with the Tales series. I got stuff to do. Actually, I also have an unhealthy fixation with the Digimon series. Like, no joke, as of right now, I actually have, yeah. No, I don't want to try again. I think that technically counts as... That counted as me beating that challenge, right? I mean, if it did, where's the key that it unlocked? But yeah, I actually have my PlayStation. So I'm playing this game on the PlayStation 5, but I currently have my PlayStation 4 on, running Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory on the Edgelord save file, just so I can grind. Oh, hi, Chaos Emerald. I gotta get that. I gotta make sure I get that. Let's do that first, actually. How do I get to you, though? Thank you for letting me stand on you, City Escape name. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting the Digimon on their grind, just because I'm like, I want to finish the Digidex. I know it's not what it's called, it's the field guide, but calling it the Digidex is funnier in this Edgelord playthrough, so I've just been letting it sit so the Digimon on the farm can level up for just almost every day since I started this Edgelord Digimon streams. Okay. I struggled with the Sonic one. Let's see how this goes. Okay, shut up and take my money. You are functionally recreating the opening of Sonic Adventure 2. I legally have to give up all free will and just drool out the side of my mouth and be happy with this.
Collect energy cores to power yourself up. Get 2 energy cores quickly to power up before Shadow.
Right, I don't need to keep tapping it, I just press and hold. Shoot. Okay, you know what? I actually want to start over, because I keep forgetting the change lane feature, because, again, I have played next to none of the Sonic Boost era games, and because this is Sonic Adventure 2 nostalgia bait right now, my brain keeps being like, I keep trying to play it like it's Sonic Adventure 2. Shit. Damn, he's fast. Yeah, I know that goes without saying, but even still, damn, he's fast. Come on. Rings. I need more rings. Shit. Ugh, damn it. Start over again. So I know this is going to be paradoxical since The entire point and appeal of Sonic games is how fast he can go, but I am truly of the opinion that I don't like the speed you can get to in modern Sonic games. I liked Sonic from the 3D era, or the early 3D era of the Sonic Adventure games and Sonic Hero games, or not, well, Sonic Heroes, because I felt like I could manage him better, if that makes sense. Crap, did Shadow get that energy core, or have I just completely outpaced it? Fuck off, Shadow. I did not vote for you. Not vote Shadow 2024. Absolutely not.
Of course! Charge into a meteorite to knock at its shadow! You just about got it! Charge into shadow and shoot him in the boss!
What do you mean by target Shadow? Okay, good enough. Okay, alright. I'll take it. It means I get a Chaos Emerald, I'll take it. Give me the Urine Emerald. I mean the Chaos Emerald. What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, don't be gross. Sure, why not? Yep. Just like Crash Bandicoot. So I learned this information because of the YouTuber Cat Icarus, and if you don't know who Cat Icarus is, I highly recommend him. His sense of humor is so strange. It just, oh, it makes me smile. But I don't remember which video it was, he talked about how in the early development stages of Crash Bandicoot, its working title was called Sonic's Ass Game, because the design philosophy behind Crash Bandicoot's game was it's like, what if you could play a Sonic game, but behind him instead of from the side? And just, that just makes me smile, combined with just, the joke that you pointed out of, Sonic, pulling stuff out of his Chaos Emerald up Sonic's ass. It's like, oh, maybe that's where they got the idea for, Crash Bandicoot is Sonic's ass game. Alright, so I cleared that challenge. Where's the key? Okay, where did the... Oh, yeah. Sorry, that key was not the clearest thing in the world. Again, to quote a much more talented YouTuber, where's the blacksmith? That key's right there. Cream. Okay. Okay. Sure.
I'll help you
That
with
sounds
the
fun.
rings, Mr. Sonic. Press the button if you need me. Call on Cream to throw rings to you. There are no other rings here, so take good care of them.
Okay. What do you mean call on Cream?
The boost gauge can also only be filled using rings. When the boost gauge is empty, call on Cream to throw rings to you.
Again, how do I call him? Okay. Got it. But yeah, I think one of the reasons why Cream is the only one who still has her parents in the comics is because her mom was invented by Ken Pender's successor rather than Penders himself, you know? So... And I know this is, like, her mom is not just obscure comic stuff, because I'm pretty sure that she's been referenced in, like, the Twitter takeovers that the Sonic characters have been doing. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, they've mentioned some other IDW comic stuff, so, I don't know, maybe she is just obscure comic stuff, but, I don't know, just the fact that she gets mentioned by... like the official Sonic content, because again, the Twitter takeovers, while they might not necessarily take place in Sonic canon per se, it is supposed to be Cream's mom's also in Sonic X. Oh, I did not know that. I do know that technically speaking, it's supposed to be like these really are the characters. And what they're saying is supposed to be, for real, what the characters think. That's why, like, again, to my understanding, because Shadow said that he likes Kill la Kill in the Twitter takeovers, it's canonically that Shadow's favorite anime is Kill la Kill, even though it was only ever mentioned in reference. Again, I know he didn't say Kill la Kill by name, but it's Kill la Kill. Come on, guys. Yeah. I also think the Twitter takeovers is where it was established that Shadow likes Latinos, or I think that was what they said. Alright, what do you got for me this time? So last one was, wait. Oh, fuck yes. Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah, just let that nostalgia pour over me. Oh, yes, probably one of my absolute favorite final bosses from any Sonic game. Oh, yes. Pour some sugar on me in the name of childhood. Oh, I am so happy right now. Yeah, I'll close in on Perfect Chaos, all right. Yeah. Okay. I know this is like a far cry from one of my favorite, you know, Sonic themes of all time, but Open Your Heart works so well as a final boss song. That is not the noise he made originally, though. I mean, honestly, I have been wanting to see Chaos in the Sonic movies for a while. Like, I'm not gonna lie, back when Sonic 2 came out, I was actually upset when it was revealed we were getting Shadow as the next big story instead of Chaos. I'm like, come on, guys. you broke the Master Emerald in the second movie. Yes, it was restored, but breaking the Master Emerald is how Chaos escaped in the original game. Also, before I saw Sonic 3, I kept being like, okay, there are only 2 characters that would make sense. Well, 4 characters, but at the time, but 2 of the characters were Mephiles and Infinite. And especially at the time, I'm like, there's no way they'd ever bring Mephiles back. And Infinite is still sadly in the void of nobody likes him. But I remember thinking there's only 2 characters that could pop, and this was also back before we knew if Jim Carrey was willing to return as Dr. Robotnik. And I thought to myself, like, there's only 2 characters that could serve as antagonists, that could serve as a replacement for Dr. Robotnik. And at the time, I thought it's got to be Chaos or Silver. Yes, I know Silver's not a villain, but... And yes, I know that Silver's from a game, the same game Mephiles is from, but I digress. I mean, I actually just kind of forgot Metal Sonic was a thing at the time. And while I want nothing more than Chaos to come back, I do actually have to agree that doing Metal Sonic next is the right choice.
You've brought back so much of the world.
I'm thinking bring Chaos into the Sonic movie universe somehow. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. That being said, I also can't help but wonder... Oh, hold on.
Great, Sonic. You mean you're doing great Sonics? Right. I may never get used to that. Ah!
Watch out!
Whoa! Did that emerald just scare off the monster? The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that emerald! Sonic, your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too. And I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
You're on.
But
You guys have your work cut out for you.
for
An
those...
adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
So, for those who are not aware, I am a big fan of Transformers. My favorite series of Transformers is Beast Wars, albeit I absolutely love some like the IDW comics as well. Transformers Prime and Animated are pretty good, and I even actually like Cyberverse. I don't think that... No, actually... Cyberverse has Macadam, so that automatically makes that series, like, top tier, 5 stars, no notes. Because if you don't know who Macadam is awesome. Like, there's a wonderful video on YouTube of breaking down like the episode where Macadam made his first appearance, and it's really funny. But anyway, Dinobot is one of my favorite Transformers, and he's my second favorite fictional character of all time. Well, Dinobot is actually one of the least used characters in all of the Beast Wars. Is this Crisis City? Oh god, not Crisis City. Oh god, it is Crisis City. I fucking hate you, Sonic Team. Okay, I'm getting PTSD from this music. Anyway, Dinobot is a character. He is the best character in the entire Beast Wars show. Like, he is a character whose story is built up, set up, and executed perfectly. Shut up, Muffin. Don't you dare bring up the thing as well. So much so that they basically were building up his story arc from the very first episode of the show. And because of that, because his story was told so well and so completely in the Beast Wars animated series, he's almost never revisited compared to other Beast Wars characters. Like Optimus Primal and Cheetor probably get some of the Black Arachnia gets the most representation out of the Beast Wars characters. But then after that, I'd say probably Optimus Primal or Cheetor are the ones I've seen the most. But Dinobot very rarely gets used because, well, what's the point of bringing him back? He is such a well-beloved character. Like, hell, when Hasbro did their very first fan voted, like, when they first started introducing the Transformers Hall of Fame, there were a few shoo-ins like Optimus, Megatron, and I think Soundwave and Starscream were just added to the Hall of Fame just automatically. But they then let fans vote on... Yes, I like Cheetos too. But they then also let fans vote on, like, every year. I mean, I don't think they're doing it anymore. But then every year afterwards, they let fans vote on who they thought should be added to the Hall of Fame. And Dinobot beat out, like, so many Generation 1 competition, it wasn't even close. Because he is just that well beloved. But, like, the point I'm getting at is, despite how well, actually, technically, because of how well loved he is, he's visited very infrequent, or revisited very infrequently outside of maybe a visual cameo, because a lot of people, myself included, feel that we don't need to revisit him. Everything about his story is told perfectly in Beast Wars. If you want to see Dinobot again, just watch Beast Wars. Damn it. So, what I'm getting at is maybe the reason why Chaos hasn't been revisited is because, technically speaking, his story was told completely and pretty well in Sonic Adventures. So it's like, what's the point of revisiting him? It would just, because, like, once again with Dinobot, I guess, again, outside of, like, cameos or what-if stories that take place in parallel universes, the only time he's ever been, like, really revisited was in the Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy, which I have very mixed feelings about. And Dinobot is a big reason why I have such mixed feelings about it. Because he gets revisited, and he's probably the only character from the Kingdom storyline. Hell, he's the only Beast character besides maybe Black Arachnia, because of course Black Arachnia was done well, because she's boobalicious. But, he's the only one that's done justice, because he's Dinobot. He's probably the most respected character from that era. But even though they, in my opinion, they did him justice, it was still in many ways just kind of a imitation of what Beast Wars did. It wasn't as good. Hell, well, probably the thing I hated the most is they bastardized They bastardized Dinobot's best line from the entire Beast Wars show. Oh, shit. And just did it a whole lot worse. Now, again, if you're not sure, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Beast Wars, Dinobot has a ridiculously profound line. So, in Season 2 of Beast Wars, Dinobot goes through an existential crisis where he begins to question whether or not he has free will, or whether or not it's like, hey, if the future can be predicted, oh shit, do I have free will? And yeah, shit, missed the chow. And it grates on him, and it's his whole character arc for Season 2. Well, partway through Season 2, he gets confirmation that the future can be changed, and well, not just that, but Megatron is going to change the future by wiping out a group of cavemen who will one day evolve to become to become early humans. So, realizing that, yes, he's now free to choose, but because of all the innocent creatures that are going to be wiped out right in front of him, he realizes he doesn't have... Okay, so I'm just going to say it. I am just going to quote Dinobot's best, like this quote, just word for word, because it's just that good of a quote. And, yeah, the show, like I said, Anyway, so the quote is, "The question that once haunted my being has been answered. The future is not fixed, and my choices are my own. Yet, how ironic, for I now find that I have no choice at all. I am a warrior, let the battle be joined." You know, it's basically him saying, yes, my life and my choices are, mine to make, but because of who I am, I cannot idly stand by and let this atrocity happen. I have to step in and save the innocent. And again, it's not because destiny decided this for him. It's not because he has no choice in the matter. It's because he has a choice that he knows he has to step in and save these people. Even if he's outnumbered 6-1, even if he knows, that he is going to die. He is not going to walk away from this fight. It's not because he has to do this, it's because he chose to do this. And I don't remember exactly how the Netflix series bastardized it, but it's just awkwardly reworded. Because, again, in the original, he's it starts with him, acknowledging he's been wondering if he has free will, and ends with him being I need to do this because I'm a warrior. But the Netflix series rewords it so he opens his thesis, for lack of a better word, with acknowledging the fact that he's a warrior. And it's weird, and it, like I said, it just isn't as profound, and it just kind of bums me out, Mostly because I just feel that a lot of people don't give Transformers as much credit as it deserves for being actually a very profound franchise, and I 100% blame Michael Bay for that. Oh, I didn't realize that's a Tails Chow. Actually, fun fact, when it comes to the Tails Chow, they were actually a secret Chow that you could only get in Sonic Adventure 2 if you did something very specific with another game. From Sega. Let's see, have you seen Jeffrey Dahmer themed Serial Ad? Oh dear God, that sounds awful. No, I haven't. Which, ironically, because I have a GameCube copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I have a GameCube copy of Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2, I actually could still get the Tails Chow. Oh yeah, I forgot, I never finished this thought. I was talking earlier about, my problem with, Sonic Adventure 2, and just how it, when I streamed Sonic Adventure 2 for this channel, I was using the version I downloaded on the Xbox store. But I do feel, in many respects, that's not the best way of playing it. I know a lot of people swear by the original Dreamcast version. I've never played that version, so I can't comment. The only thing I do know about the Genesis version is that it is kind of Dreamcast version is it's a bitch to emulate, because a lot of the features that were just built into the GameCube version, you needed the unique Dreamcast memory card to download your Chow onto that. Hello, Jacob Wattersons. Buy a copy of what? But what's it called? But when the game was ported to then it was ported to the... Okay, point is, when the game was ported to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation Store, there were a few features that were removed from the Chow Garden, which bummed me out. Because, like, in the GameCube version, I assume the Dreamcast version too, your Chows would go through technically multiple metamorphoses. Like, they would, you know, only grow up once, but then once the Chow was an adult, depending on what type of drives and animals you get. So, like, okay, my Chow is a run Chow, just as an example, but if I then give them a bunch of run drives or animals that improve run, the Chow would turn from a green to a dark blue and start resembling Sonic. The Cinnamon Crunch cereal ad where Cinnamon Crunches, other Cinnamon Crunch pieces, just the fridge, and we see him pour milk and other Cinnamon Crunch. Oh, geez. Game you're playing Sonic X Shadow Generation, the Steam version to be exact. Yeah, unfortunately, I am very tight on funds, so I'm afraid I can't buy any, but... Have I mentioned I'm bad at this game yet? The camera angle is not helping me at all, being completely aware of where I reside spatially. That's something I do like about Crash Bandicoot 4, is I like the fact that rather... God damn it! I really like that the game goes out of its way to put a little circle underneath you, so you always know exactly where you're going to land. But then again, it's also just... This is kind of an odd angle, you know? What the fuck? I just... Oh, monkey paste. I'm getting like Beyond Good and Evil flashbacks where I'm like, I don't actually know where I'm residing spatially, so I don't fully understand why I keep dying in this manner. Yeah, no. Let's see if I had a nickel for how many times you've said. If I mention I'm bad at this game yet, I have 2 nickels, which is... Oh, trust me. Oh. Okay, I'm claiming that one's not my fault. Stamp on the ground. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, I guess there's nothing over there. Boing. Was that a reference to Phineas and Ferb movie? Oh, most likely, since that line in particular has become such a meme. You know, I just figured out why, you know, video game Sonic at the very least has never, you know, settled down with anybody. It's because he's constantly picking up, you know, gold rings and just can't settle on just one. So he can't propose to anybody because... Sorry, the joke flowed better in my head. Actually, what I do find kind of interesting is... someone actually pointed out... Like, again, I saw an online chat talking about, you know, Sonic's love interest throughout the year. And people have pointed out that realistically, Sonic being in love with Sally is kind of the only one that really makes sense. Because, well, comic Sonic was always a lot more willing to show romantic affection to other, and as well as Sonic from Sonic Sat AM, because that's where Sally and Sonic well, that's where Sally originates from, then Game Sonic. So it does kind of make sense that if Sonic was to have a true love, it might make the most sense that it would be Sally and not Amy or any other video game character, since, as a lot of people have pointed out, again, it's comic Sonic who's the one who's expressed more romantic interest, whereas Game Sonic comes across as a lot more asexual, or at the very least, content to just be on his own, you know? Now, where did he put the Chaos Emeralds? Did they disappear behind his back or something else? I mean, according to Sonic X, he keeps them in his quills, but Muffin here likes the theory that he's sticking them up his butt. Basically, Sonic should never kiss Elise the human. We do not need for us to have a hedgehog human hybrid. I agree. Now, if we're being technical, Elise kissed him. He didn't kiss her, and I would, again, as someone who has beaten Sonic 06, oh god, I really do not feel that Sonic had any romantic feelings towards Elise. That was all one-sided. Also, I still want a marathon recompiled to be finished so I can play it. Well, no, for real. I am amazed, given the fact that Sega has largely gone out of their way to bury Sonic 06, that they're still willing. I mean, I know this game came out in like 2010, so that was 15 years ago, but the fact that they were still willing to include levels from Sonic 06, or inspired by it anyway.
As much as I dislike relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The creature was beyond my skills.
By the way,
Yeah,
can you bring Blaze back, please? Blaze is probably one of my favorite Sonic characters, and she does not get the love she deserves. Fire Tornado looks like a fire spinjitzu, which is like a tornado created by an energy. Yeah. Okay, I'm worried that this is another Sonic 06 level, because this kind of reminds me of the hub city from Sonic 06, but it could be, it could not be that. Again, I'm kind of a fake Sonic fan, really, because I've played so few Sonic games in the grand scheme of things. I mean, yes, I have played the first 3 Sonic games when I was a kid, but I only ever really beat Sonic 3. And even then, I did not like them very much. Let's see, I could, oh yeah, I guess this could be Unleashed. So it's about to be like, what kind of deranged sicko would be like 2 Sonic 06 levels in a row? But yeah, now that you've mentioned it, this could be this could be Unleashed. Because I have kind of played, I mean, I didn't get very far, and I specifically only played the GameCube version, not the Xbox or PlayStation 3 or Steam. I mean, granted, I know everyone says nowadays the updated like Steam version, or is it Xbox One, I don't remember, is like the only version you should play, which I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. The downside is I only have it for Xbox 360 and well, fuddy-duddy. And we're having some issues with our computer. Like, for whatever reason, it's not letting us stream games in full screen anymore. Like, part of the reason why Abby, like, started and stopped the stream 3 times on Wednesday is because the game she wanted to play was on the computer, and it didn't have an option for window mode. It was only in full screen mode, and just for whatever reason, we still can't figure out why. If we try to play a game on full screen off our PC, the stream doesn't crash, but it stops recording and showing the footage, you know? the barrel respawns, so I need to stay afraid. So, yeah, just sadly for that reason, playing games on the channel off our PC is just, at the moment, largely something that we're not focusing on. Again, unless it's a game we know can be put in Windows mode. It's part of the reason I've never revisited, I mean, okay, the other reason I never really revisited The Sims 4 on the channel is because I freely admit my initial thing I was doing with The Sims was inspired by a different YouTube channel called Gray Still Plays, and I'm like, okay, I'm basically just doing Gray Still Plays stuff, but I'm doing it a lot worse. Let's let's not keep doing that, you know? Let's see. I have a friend who tells me I need to stay afraid of them. Oh dear. Although, speaking of, I need to so I've made a list of the next edgelord games that I'm going to put on the poll. And because Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory is a long game, very long game, it's going to be another only short games are going to be on the list. And I don't remember if I put The Sims 2 Castaway on the list, because that definitely does need to be on the list. And that could be fun, since you can have up to 8 characters trapped on the island in The Sims 2 Castaway, so I could either, hey, I should bring all of Edgelord and their friends on it, so it could be like, there's Edgelord, there's Inlay, there's Lupa, Pepper, and Famu, or it could be like, hey, who wants to be trapped on a desert island with Edgelord? I'm sure the answer is nobody, but that might still be fun, naming the other people on the island with Edgelord after the community. Don't know. It just kind of depends on if that one wins. Oh. Muffin, the only reason you'd want to be trapped on a desert island with Edgelord is so you could constantly bring up things like the Thing, or the fact that they failed, that they're a complete failure as an edge salesman. And, you know, and again, it's actually really funny to me. So, I mean, I haven't worked on it in a while. I've just been too bloody busy. But I've been working on a video that's supposed to be like a compilation of, or just kind of like a recap of Edgelord's lives. So I've been kind of rewatching old Edgelord videos, which there's a lot of them, which is why it's taking so long. And it is interesting going back to the early stuff. I mean, because, like, technically the very first Edgelord video was, you know, not an Edgelord video. Again, if those who are not sure what I'm talking about, Edgelord, I did several live streams of the game I did 2 live streams of the game Biomutant. And, Edgelord came about due to a joke that I made in the second playthrough I did of Biomutant, specifically the Dark Path. And yeah, there's not a huge difference between the light and dark paths in Biomutant, so the only difference is one saves the world and one destroys the world. What? No, I would just tell Edgelord about him selling edges. Yeah. Uh-oh. But words. At the very least, when I first did the Skyrim video in particular, because the first real Edgelord video was when I streamed Skyrim as Edgelord. Because again, in Biomutant, it was still me streaming the game. It's just I'd occasionally make jokes about how my player character was a total Edgelord. But then when it was like, oh, people kind of liked the edgelord persona I'd pull out of my pocket just for some quick jokes. While streaming Biomutant, that we decided, you know what, I'm gonna actually stream the game, like, start streaming games as this character. And that is where edgelord got started. But what I do find interesting going back to those older videos is how I would actively try and, you know, behave like, you know, edgelord is legitimately living in these worlds or whatnot. And how I do, you know, goofy things like, it's like, oh crap, I gotta hide the body and other stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm sure part of the reason I got away from that is not every game is as interactable as Skyrim was, because you can't always interact with the bodies in the same way you can in Skyrim, you know? But the other thing I find interesting, again, is just as time went on, I'm a lot more willing to break the fourth wall and not do as many I'm living in these lives jokes, you know? It's like, well, this is my life now, so I don't know. Again, part of it is probably just due to the fact that Skyrim has just a lot of things like, you know, eating and other things like that just aren't as commonplace in other games, so maybe it just wasn't as easy to do jokes like that anymore. Again, I don't know. I actually have a hard time pointing to the exact reason why I kind of changed, why I did the edgelord videos the way I did. I think part of it was also due to the fact that I was, there weren't enough people who were there. Like, I think Endangered, Valentine, and Muffin were like the only 3 people who watched the start of edgelord, who still watch now. So I needed to kind of start being willing to break the fourth wall a little more and acknowledge that this is just a game, because otherwise it was just too confusing for new people to come in, watch edgelord, and enjoy it in any way, shape, or form, you know? Rooftop run. Yeah, I'm going to assume this was Unleashed, just because I don't recognize the name Rooftop Run, but yeah, now that, after Muffin pointed out that this could be a Unleashed level, this does kind of look like the hub town, or at least the first hub town. I didn't get very far in Unleashed, so I don't know if, like, there is, like, if that actually is a hub town, or it's just, like, the first area of the game, and then you don't. That's beside the point. Oh yeah, definitely Sonic Unleashed has to be. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Again, I give some credit, excuse me, to the fact that they are trying to make sure that a bunch of different games get representation in these levels, you know, like they are trying to be like, this is the celebration of Sonic's history, not just the celebration of the games that they wanted to put a spotlight on, you know? Again, I think it's interesting. Yeah, again, I do think interesting is the word I'm going to go with, that they were willing to acknowledge Sonic 06, given just how infamous that game was as a whole, but I am impressed that they were at the very least willing to celebrate it, you know? That being said, it is interesting that, again, I know that the point of Sonic Generations was just to celebrate Sonic as a whole, but it is interesting if you think about it from like a meta standpoint. It's like, why is there any Sonic 06 levels in this? because the basic premise of this plot, as little as there is the Time Eater is basically fucking with time and bringing different points of history together, you know? But Sonic 06 was erased from history completely. So, yeah, why is Crisis City here? Because at this point in time, in this point in the franchise, that future has been completely erased. So why is it here? It's like, because again, the time, I think he's called the Time Eater, is supposed to be pulling all of time and space together. But again, Crisis City shouldn't even exist anymore. And I do definitely think that does, in a weird way, lead to that. Again, I don't know if this was just a... I think I claimed that one of the developers of this game said that, but I don't actually have a way of confirming if that's true or not. So I'm going to say that the theory that the Time Eater was originally supposed to be connected to Mephiles. Like, it's whatever piece of him was left after he was erased from existence. And the original intent of this was he was trying to bring himself back into reality. Now, regardless of if that was the intent, I think given what I know about Mephiles' inclusion in this game, I don't think he and the Time Eater are meant to actually be the same entity anymore. Even if that was the intention originally. If that was the intention. Being the keyword. I mean, the Time Eater must be able to pull previous existence timeline. And he has Mephiles in the game also. I mean, yeah, agreed. But I meant more from like, I mean, and again, now that we know, 15 year, this game didn't come out this year, but 14, 15 years onward, we know that since, again, Mephiles was added to the new the new Shadow stuff for this game. But like when this game first came out, when it was just the Sonic generation stuff, no Shadow, that does make you one that's something that probably should have made us wonder as fans, Now, I know a lot of people, and I admit myself, this would be kind of interesting, were disappointed Infinite wasn't in this game because he is tied to Shadow, But I kind of get it because Shadow didn't meet Infinite until after the events of this game. Now, again, admittedly, his inclusion would have been interesting because it would have been a nice example of the Time Eater fucking with the future as well as the past. But I can't understand, especially since Infinite is still kind of in, do we actually like this character limbo, Because I know most people don't like Infinite. And don't get me wrong, the presentation of Infinite in Sonic Forces is bad. Like, quite frankly, if you don't like Infinite, I can't say I don't understand why. And can't say that I don't kind of agree with you. That being said, I do really like Infinite, and I would love for him to come back and be done justice this time.
Thanks, Sonic. I got a hunch someone or something is controlling that monster.
Roger that.
Yeah, it's a Sonic team. Again, they're very, very desperate for nostalgia. And so they're... Hey, Charmy. Can't recognize that building. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. This is Sonic Colors. Makes sense. Because putting aside the storybook games, that would have been the next game after Unleashed. Which... I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Sonic storybook games were very good, but they had some good music, and they were a fun idea. Let's see. I don't say what, but in Shadow's generation, there's stuff that would be from the future from this point of view, so they wanted to bring Infinite. Okay. That, yeah.
Use the pink spike color to move across walls and ceilings.
Like, again, I get Infinite's was not super well liked at this point in history. But again, I do stand by, given the fact that a lot of his motivation is tied directly into his dislike of Sonic, not Sonic, Shadow, he would have, in my opinion, been a good choice to bring in as a boss for Shadow. Like, again, I'm kind of familiar, like, I'm not super familiar with everything that goes on in Shadow's side of things, but again, I know some of it. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Metal Overlord, because again, I like Sonic Heroes, but I personally feel that for Shadow at the very least, it would have made more sense to have Infinite instead of Metal Overlord. Since, yeah, he definitely helped fight Metal Overlord in Sonic Heroes, but again, he wasn't, like, specifically a Shadow antagonist, you know? Just like, again, I'm aware that, like, I know Black Doom is in the game, because, I mean, I'm sorry, you have, at this point, it's like you have to have Black Doom in a game about Shadow, you know? He is kind of, he's basically Shadow's nemesis, you know? Spikes. Yep. I actually get to be a hedgehog. By the way, I still need to post it, but I am actually going to be doing a poll for the next game I should play specifically. Again, I brought this up last time. I don't think I brought it up specifically in the Sonic stream, but I think I brought it up in my Tales of Vesperia stream. But, Black Shoot, that is shows nemesis and Dad. Yeah, I did hear about that. But for those who don't know, I have been kind of going on a schedule, in a sense, where I've been playing a Sonic game, a Tails game, and then a Dragon Age. Not in that order, but those are the three series I've been kind of cycling between. But I have been debating on adding a fourth category to stream with. And yeah, I am definitively going to actually go through with that. So, however, unlike some of these other games, like, again, Sonic or Dragon Age or whatever, there's no particular order that I really wanted to play these games in, you know? So it's like, I'm thinking I should do a poll to determine which one of the 6 games I've got for this series I want to do, and which one of those I should do first. Again, for those who don't know, the series that I'm thinking of doing is I'm wanting to, like, I've had people, you know, find, like, my opinions on fan service and sexualization of women in games. They find it kind of interesting. So I got a bunch of recommendations of games that are mostly fan service, from what I could, well, or at least have a lot of fan service in them. They're like, hey, we want you to play them and kind of give your 2 cents on them. So I've tracked out a bunch of them for cheap, since a lot of them are like old Xbox games, or Xbox 360 games specifically, that, anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna do one of those next, and I've got a poll ready to go, because I don't think this game's gonna take me very long, because Sonic games aren't exactly the longest things in the world, you know? But I need to get that poll posted. Because yeah, I've got 6 games that I would like to do for the channel. Yeah, just games that are very fan service heavy. Some of them are more obvious than others. Like, one of the games in question is a game called Bullet Witch, which when I first saw it, I thought it was just a Bayonetta clone, only to find out it actually predates Bayonetta. From what I've seen, it's not as obvious of a fan service game, but again, I've been told that it does have it, so I am kind of interested. But then some other ones are a lot more obvious, like one of them is, I forget like exactly how it's pronounced, but basically it's, girls in bikinis killing zombies with katanas. So it's like, it's not even being subtle, but maybe it's not that I forget what it's called, I just don't really know how to pronounce it, so I'm not gonna try. Or then again, another one that's a lot more obvious is the Dead or Alive Extreme games. Games that are not games, they are fan service. Like, they have no point or purpose to exist other than to be fan service. Another one, and one that I'm kind of on the fence about whether or not I want to add it to the list, is Mortal Kombat 10. Mostly because, like, the Mortal Kombat series in particular has so much fan service. Well, fighting games in general just have so much fan service in them. But Mortal Kombat 10, if I remember correctly, was the game where they really started getting away from that. And then Mortal Kombat 11 really got away from that. Because this was around the time period that even games like Dead or Alive, not the Extreme, just regular Dead or Alive, actually was getting away from it too. Again, I just remember seeing, like, Kasume's design. Yeah, I never really played a Dead or Alive game, so I don't really know the characters, but I have seen them through cultural osmosis. Also, I've seen them because I did actually watch Monty Owen's series, Dead Fantasy. At least some of it. I didn't really like them very much, honestly. I mean, they were fun wastes of time, but that was the beginning and the end of anything I can say about those. May Monty rest in peace. But again, I know what a lot of the Dead or Alive characters look like, at the very least, so that's how I knew who she was. Anyway. But yeah, I remember seeing a picture of Kasume's new design from Dead or Alive 6. I'm like, holy shit. That is like... It's like she's completely covered. And I could be wrong, but I think they made her bust a little smaller than it used to be. So it makes more sense that she's able to do this crazy ninja stuff. Despite, yeah, anyway. And again, Mortal Kombat likewise was seemingly trying to get away from being super fan servicey as well. Because like in Mortal Kombat 9 in particular, oh boy, the women were super naked. Because like the big one in particular is Melina from that game. Like, one of the skimpiest outfits I've ever seen in anything ever. Like, for real, I should have been like, I should be able to see Melina's vagina in that outfit. It is so, she is so exposed. oh, this isn't a classic game because when it hits 10 minutes, I think you just die. Yeah, I think you're right about that. This is definitely the longest I've spent in any given Sonic level outside that one silver level from Sonic 06 that I literally had to break in order to get through. Well, that was painful. How the flying fuck did I still get an A? Whew. Like, it is amazing to me just how much my enjoyment of Sonic kind of depends on whether or not I can do the homing attack. So that's why I don't really like these classic Sonic levels very much, is because he can't do the homing attack. See, I also checked the time for you, and damn, you were not lying about that insomnia. Yeah, no, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning. So the only reason I didn't stream right away is I had to stay in bed until 2 a.m. hooked up to my CPAP machine, which, Christ, that was supposed to help me sleep more. That was supposed to help me sleep better, but But anyway, so I had to stay hooked up to that because I need to use it for 4 hours a night for at least 21 days if I want my insurance to pay for it. So it's like, okay, 2 o'clock is when the 4 hours is up, so that's when I can get out of bed. But yeah, it was bad, and I'm not 100% sure why I couldn't sleep tonight, because I took my sleeping pills. I have my CPAP machine, which again is not super comfortable and has not been helping me like I hoped it would, but I have noticed that I do at the very least feel slightly more rested on nights after I use it, even if again it's hard to actually fall asleep while using it. So, sorry. Let me finish this real quick. I think probably what it was is I kind of had a bit of a depressing day yesterday. So I think my mind wasn't going to shut off. But to answer your question, a CPAP machine is to help people who have sleep apnea. And this runs in the family, because like all the men in my family have it. Well, okay, all the people who were born men have it, because Sunshine has it too. And again, they're they, them. They're not a man, but you get what I'm getting at. It's something I inherited from my dad. So for those who don't know, sleep apnea, basically, for whatever reason, I don't get enough air while I'm sleeping, which makes it difficult for me to actually get deep, restful sleep, because my body keeps, waking myself up or pulling myself out of REM sleep, because it's like, oh shit, I'm suffocating, so I'm not getting enough air. What a CPAP machine does is that it forcibly pumps air. So I have a mask that goes over my nose, but there are some masks that like go over the entire face. And part of me kind of wishes I had that, because I think like one of the reasons why I find it so uncomfortable is it feels like it's chafing my nose, but I digress, is while I'm trying to sleep, it forcibly pumps air into my nose and mouth. Well, I guess just my nose in this case, just to make sure that I'm getting enough oxygen while I'm sleeping. Problem is, it's it is super uncomfortable, and because, how do I put this? Because of just the nature about how it, you know, pumps it in. How do I put this? It's like, oh shit! I just hit the microphone. If I'm not breathing in and out at a specific rate, the air that's being forced in my nose kind of, not painfully, but uncomfortably, can burst out of my mouth, which can kind of give the sensation that I'm actually being choked. Combined with the fact that since it is forcing, you know, air, which is inherently dry because it's coming from this machine, into my mouth, I'm constantly waking up with like a super dry throat and mouth, which is beyond uncomfortable. I think I know which machine you mean. I've seen on TV shows that suck. Sorry about that. Yeah, I am too. I mean, honestly, at least I don't have, like, untreatable cancer or something like that, but it does still stink, because I don't think I've gotten a proper night's rest in a very long time. However, I also kind of blame that on just the stupid right-winged Americans who are just like, no, you have to be working constantly in order to be considered a valued part of the community or whatnot. So there's nothing wrong with you being expected to, you know, work so long that you just wear yourself out and you can't function anymore. Because if more people are actually stupid as fuck, there'd be pushback against this idea of needing to work, you know, 50 to 80 hours a week just to make ends meet, because that's what real hardworking Americans do. It's just work, 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 and nothing else. I apologize, I've been getting kind of political in a lot of my streams lately, but I'm very unhappy with the state of that my country is in, and given the fact that my fucking country built Alligator Alcatraz, which thankfully is fallen apart, I'm not inclined to hold my opinion about that. The genetic thing I have from my dad is bad. Circulation in my legs. My dad's legs are like purple, and I got a small bruises like weeks ago. I haven't gone away. I am sorry to hear that. Because, yeah, at this point, it's like not speaking up is the same thing as endorsing it, so I'm gonna badmouth the guy who thinks he's the president as often as I can. I'm not gonna lie, I already had mixed feelings about the Wispins from Sonic Forces and like all the different effects they had. I'm not loving the Wisp powers in this level, so I'm kind of concerned because I also got like the ultimate re-release of Sonic Colors, which I do also plan on doing for the channel at some point. I'm like, okay, if I'm already having this many problems with them in just this one level, am I going to be utterly miserable actually playing Sonic Colors? Because I know that Sonic Colors, well, Sonic Colors, Sonic Unleashed, and even Sonic 06 are some of the most, shall we say, reappraised Sonic games in the franchise. Because again, I remember hearing, like, when Sonic Colors first came out, it's like, yay, it's finally, yeah, I'm all okay with you speaking politics. That's your choice. I generally don't like discussing it given my own thoughts, except some small obvious, but I'm still all for listening. Yeah. Even that, it's like, I don't feel, it's like all I'm doing, I feel, is just making sure that I'm making it clear that I do not approve of what the US government's doing right now. It's not like I'm making a big speech about, oh, abortion. It's like I'm not forcing you to listen about my thoughts about abortion or any other topical issues. I'm just like, fuck that douchebag. Yes, I know, I'm giving everything. Anyway, that's just like, I remember what I was saying before that. I think it's also just another reason why I want to make sure that people know that I'm not okay with the current US president is we do kind of attract a certain audience here on this channel, you know? And I want to make sure that anyone who would make those people, like, make our audience uncomfortable know that it's like, hey, if you don't like these kind of people, you're probably not going to want to be here because nothing better than speaking politics while playing a Sonic game. I mean, don't you know, Sonic is the most, you know, is the biggest political advocate in the world. Dr. Sonark, political psychologist. Alright, Planet Visp. Cutscene.
Dude, there's the emerald.
Dude. Sonic Hooters. Wait, what? That was a thing?
Pretty slick move, huh?
Holy shit, that was a thing.
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free. I'm a free bee. Free bee.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that Charmy's also voiced by Tails' voice actor.
Down, buddy.
Very real thing.
Oh,
That
hey.
I just looked it up. I'm like, what the flying fuck do Sonic and Hooters have in common with each other? Hopefully the answer is nothing. Especially considering I know Hooters is largely closing down since there has, thankfully so, been a lot more pushback against, you know, places like Hooters that, yeah, are very demeaning towards women. I guess shouldn't be too surprised it's going to be at Silver. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like Silver, and I am glad he's part of the Sonic franchise. But part of me can't help but feel maybe what Sega should have done is just made a completely separate because, like, Silver existed because they really wanted to test this new gate physics engine that they made for Sonic 06.
Just a little bit before they fall. Keep an eye on them and get out of the way.
Maybe what would have been better is if they had just created like just a separate IP to use the engine, you know? Because again, I genuinely can't help but feel like the physics controlling concept of Silver's power could actually be pretty cool. Because there is a game that I still need to play. Like, I've wanted to play, like, I don't know. It was a game that I, like, really, really, really wanted to play it when I first heard about it. Like, a decade, or, like, back in 2006 or so. And even though I own it now, I've never gone out of my way to actually play it, because it's like, okay, I wanted to play it back then, but now that it's older and the mechanics are probably dated, I'm not like clamoring to go back to it, you know? But anyway, the game is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers, and that's a game where the main character's main form of attack. So this game came out on the Wii. His main form of attack is he has telekinesis. Okay, did I miss how I'm supposed to hurt Silver? Because I don't feel like I was told how. Like, I was told how to avoid getting hurt by Silver, but I feel like I missed the explanation as to how I hurt him. It is no use. Also, hi, his animation is my life. I wonder, this movie Sonic will be more like game Sonic with the desire to be out and run free at the start of Sonic 4? That's a good question. I'm very curious how they're going to choose to portray, Amy in the movies, you know? Because she was already introduced as a bit more of a mysterious badass in the post-credit scene of Sonic 3. But are they going to completely forego her being in love with Sonic, you know? Now, again, I don't mind that they've been wanting to give Amy more of a personality separate from her love of Sonic lately, but I don't like that it feels like it's been completely excised from Amy's character. Like, she can still be a Sonic fangirl. Like, again, I can appreciate them wanting to, you know, give her some more independence so she's not just another female character defined by a man. But I'm like, but her being a Sonic fangirl is pretty damn funny at the same time. It's like, marry the two of them, because you can absolutely marry the two of them. Because Amy can be a strong woman who is not completely defined by the boy she likes, while still having a massive crush on him, and occasionally, you know, stalking him, if you know what I mean. I know, it's probably a weird thing to say, but still. See, I hope for the movie Amy to say, Sonic, you have to unleash your full potential. That'd be funny.
Give up!
I'm out of rings. Okay, I have rings. I has cheeseburger. Okay, hold on. I'm looking this up. Let's see. I feel like they could be where she tries to look cool and get a little, oh my god, did that look cool? Did that look cool where she wants to be the cooler individual and also like Sonic? That's, yeah. I also want one line in the movie that Sonic is building a frontier and says, oh, this is my... That'd be fun. That'd be a nice, fun little reference. Okay. How does this work? No, this isn't really helping. Okay, alright. I guess I'm supposed to just try and find a way to hit him. See, if Jim's gonna be back for the 4th movie, I need him to do a nice watch nerd dance with Stone. Shirtless, though. Tell Sonic you have to insert a CD before... That would be a great line to include in a movie. See, I'm of the opinion, given that, you know, it seems very clear that Ivo was supposed to have died at the end of 4. I mean, yeah, he was supposed to have technically, not 4, 3. He was supposed to have technically have died at the end of 2. Well, that was written in a way so they could have written him out of the movie.
Get to Silver as fast as you can. Take this.
But I think what would be good is that if they want to bring Jim Carrey back... Also, I do remember the Silver Battle is difficult for others. You're not alone. Okay. What they could do, and this also could be a way of setting Blaze up, is have Jim Carrey play the version of Robotnik from Blaze's universe. I don't know what he's called. I just know he exists. But that could be a way of letting Robotnik's sacrifice in the 3rd movie still be there and still be poignant while still letting him return to the franchise, you know? Oh, okay, whoops. Alright, fair enough. It's no use. You know, at least I can't be no use unlocked. I'll take that. I will take this over. It's no use any day of the week. That being said, if Silver ever turns up into a movie, he has to say it's no use. Well, that Robotnik would be a good choice unless they change his name, because the Robotnik from Blaze's universe is called canonically Eggman Nega. Yeah, no, I have to agree with you on the name, you know. Maybe they could call him Eggs Benedict Man or Sunny Side Up Man. Sorry, that's dumb. Dr. Minegman. Oh, so jumping back to South Park and the Stick of Truth real quick. I actually finally heard someone actually put forth a reason as to maybe why I ended up liking South Park and the Stick of Truth as much as I do, despite how uncomfortable it can get at times, is because it's basically an adult Paper Mario game. Call him Dr. Eggman Master. Oh go, Master Plan Eggman. But a reviewer pointed out that it almost plays like the first one at least kind of almost plays like an old school Paper Mario game. And I have gone on for a very long time about how much I adore Paper Mario 1 and 2 and how much I miss that being the formula for Paper Mario. I mean, hell, I even streamed Bug Fables because of how much I liked that formula, and that's why I was a little disappointed with Born of Bread, because Born of Bread definitely has a similar vibe, but it just didn't control as satisfyingly, at least not to me anyway. Oh dear. Whew. I'm concerned that my insomnia might be catching up to me. I'm having trouble focusing on the fight. I want to beat it, but yeah, if I keep zoning out, I'm not going to be able to dodge the attacks because my brain's going to be off. I'm gonna keep at it for at least a bit, but yeah, if I just keep messing up, it's like, well,
Take this.
no thanks. Give me a gift receipt. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Take this.
Take that, douchebag!
Meteor smash.
There's no coins here, is there? Not coins, rings. Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna try to just build up my boost meter And maybe don't use it during the fight, just so I have it all there at the end for the meteor thingy.
Give up.
No.
Take this.
Okay, I know I just used it there, but I'm pretty sure you have to use it there if you want to get a hit in on him. As long as I don't use it anywhere else, I think I'll be okay. Well, again, except for when there's that big truck coming at me. It's no use! I just see the most coolest stuff ever. It was a Roblox game where Sonic and his gang had to survive the X. The Sonic had the ability to carry his friends, so Sonic carried Tails, and Tails used arm cannons to fire the XE. Is creating drive by shooting. Nice.
Give up.
No, don't use that.
Meteor smash.
Ouch. I just threw Silver under his bus. I mean, you know what I mean. Silver got served. Ouch. That feels good. That feels good. Alright, there's a key right there. Okay. I'm up for
I'll
giving
put out
Blaze a
that wall of
shot.
fire. Call me by pressing.
Let's see. Have you ever noticed back in the day, Eggman just created a machine that can't work, really, but somehow, and then when we look at the current Eggman, the dude summoned God got to...
the button.
I mean, if you've already done everything to defy physics, the next logical step
Call on Blaze
Here
for help.
goes.
is to go for God. Okay, I'm confuzzled. Does she, like, quell the fire, or does she, like, put it out? I'm not 100% sure what she actually does.
This is a flame. Call on Blaze for help.
I've got this. Some.
So, this is a very, 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 very old video. But I remember back in the day, this was... God damn it. This was back when Pokemon Generation 4 was still not new, per se, but it was still the current generation, and we didn't see anything whatsoever. We have not, like, absolutely nothing about Pokemon Black and White had even been revealed yet. But basically, it shows that it's just the two protagonists from Diamond and Pearl talking. It's like, okay, so we have, you know, land, sea, sky, time and space. You know, it's basically listing off everything that, you know, the different Pokemon deities embody. He's like, so what are we going to do for next time? It's like, well, the only thing we can do, we go for God. And then it's like, no, we've got that one too. Oh, well, I don't really know what they're going to do for the next one. And it just shows a bunch of, you know, Game Freak guys in the ideas room, you know, scratching their head like, oh, fuck. So like I said, super old video, but I find it funny. And it just is something I always think about whenever people talk about, you know, series that jump the shark or anything like that. Let's see, I can see your gameplay, how you're tired and saying that I can tell. I mean, you've been watching me for about 3 years now at this point, Muffin. You probably you've seen me play plenty of games at this point, and while you know I am terrible at games, you do know I'm not quite this sloppy for the most part. Again, I am not a professional gamer by any far cry of the imagination, but I usually don't suck quite this bad.
Think you can keep up with me?
You're going up against Vector. Use homing attacks to reflect the musical notes Vector sends at you.
Got it. Okay, I understand. I also remember the one time you walked through a stream. Yeah, no, that was, ironically enough, that's the only other time I've woken up this early in the morning to stream before, and it, ironically enough, was another Sonic game. It was the first Sonic game we ever streamed for this channel. It was Edgelord Stream Sonic Forces. I can already tell I'm not going to be very fond of this one. I just was kind of hoping for another... What the? Because, like, all the other challenges with the other characters were, like, fun little, you know, gimmicks where they would join me in a level, but not playing, you know, the Phantom Ganon boss fight from Ocarina of Time, but even harder to control. I can't see. What the? What? Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch.
Use homing attacks to reflect the musical notes Vector sends at you.
I pray you play another minigame. There's a rare few skilled people who can actually finish this. Alright, if I can't beat this, then I will just do a different challenge, because I'm not here to 100% this game, because I don't like Sonic games that much. Damn it. Yeah, alright, we're done. Like, I have such an odd relationship with the Sonic franchise. Okay, sure. We'll try this one.
You can use Endless Boost here. Endless Boost lets you use boost all the time, but you won't be able to collect any rings, so be careful.
right. That's not a checkpoint. There aren't checkpoints in challenge modes.
Endless boost here. Endless boost lets you use boost all the time, but you won't be able to collect any rings, so be careful.
Not bad. You should see videos of people doing this vector games minigame. Fucking what? Wow. No, I got an S rank. I don't need to do it again. Oh, okay. Let's get the last key, wherever that is, and then we can talk about going back to buy some skills. There's the last key. I'm not 100% sure which mini games will unlock that key. It's not exactly adjacent to it. The key's right below me. So I think it's safe to assume this is probably what this is probably where I need to be.
Use the orange rocket color power to soar to higher places.
You should, yeah. Ah, okay. Wait, what? I'm puzzled. Where? Oh, right here? Maybe? Oh. Okay. What the? How do I get down? Oh, I fucking think I hate you. Okay. That's probably the closest I've ever gotten to failing one of these challenges. So, thanks for that. I will probably not sleep tonight because I'll be going to bed with crippling anxiety. Anyway, let's head back and buy some skills. You know, this white void kind of makes me think of, what's it called? Sonic Prime. Oh, wait, that's... never mind. Leroy Jank. By the way, how much longer is this game? You know, because I know if you just buckle down and just do the story mode, Sonic games aren't exactly known for being super long, you know? Especially since there aren't a lot of the, at least of the friends of Sonic that I know are in this game, there's not that many more left. And I think I've only got one more Chaos Emerald I need to get. Alright, what do you got for me this time? Okay, another Eggman room. It's basically 2 games in one, but yeah. Okay, that looks familiar, but I can't quite place what this thing's Egg Dragon. Okay, that's very specific while also being very generic at the same time, if you know what I mean.
And attacking with its body and tail. Use boost to close in and attack its core.
Time for a change of pace.
Okay.
It's attacking with its body and tail. Use boost to close in and attack its core.
Time for a change of pace.
Attack its head.
Time for a change of pace.
Attack its belly.
Let's see, Egg Dragon, not Egg Dragon. Dragoon. Oh, Egg Dragoon. Right. Yeah, there's technically a difference between a dragon and a dragoon.
Here goes. Time for a change of pace.
No.
Wall jump to get out of the way.
Whoa!
Okay. This boss fight might actually be a little challenging.
With body and tail. Use boost to close in and attack its core.
Time for a change of pace. Time for a change of pace.
Attack its belly.
Time for a change of pace. Time for a change of pace. Here goes. Time for a change of pace.
No.
Get out of the way.
Take that, racism.
Here goes. Time for a change of pace.
Time for a change of pace. You know, it's still not the most annoying, repetitive villain dialogue in a boss fight I've ever dealt with. Like, the absolute most annoyed I have ever been when it came to a villain's dialogue in a boss fight was in the movie tie-in game for the Spider-Man 3 movie. Final boss fight against Sandman and Venom. Just everything, and I do mean everything Venom said in that boss fight was just insufferable. Because he had, like, just looped the same, like, 5 cheesy lines over and over, and I'm like, if you say one more thing, I am going to neuter a poodle just because you have driven me to such insanity. I want to destroy something innocent. And overthrow a third world, like, oh my god. Let's see, did you read my chat message about where Egg Dragoon is from? Let's see. Oh, no, I missed that. So the Egg Dragoon is from Eggman Land and Sonic Unleashed. Oh, okay. Okay, so I haven't actually seen this one. No, yeah, I missed that one.
Time for a change of pace. Take that.
I see it.
Change of
What the?
pace. Take that.
Okay, hit him in the belly button. Sonic.
You're almost there.
Because I'm almost there.
Here goes. Prepare to be skewered. Parallel attack.
Be penitent.
Time for a change of pace.
I'm free. Free falling. Okay, this actually reminds me. So there's a game. It's actually been on Edgelord's list for a while called Amazing Island. There's no repeating line of this game during the boss battle. It's really funny and annoying. Oh dear. But it's called Amazing Island, and it's basically just a game where you play mini games with monsters you create, and one of them is skydiving. You actually do that several times. That's what this kind of reminds me
I
of.
recalibrated everything. This was supposed to be my time.
Time. That's
Please keep
relevant.
dreaming, Egghead. I beat you every time. No, seriously,
Time.
We beat him every time. Our scorecard's flawless.
Until Infinite kicks your ass.
Stopping Eggman is always
And
good,
Mephiles kicks
but
your
the root of
ass.
the problem is that monster. Maybe we can call a truce and...
Actually, I think technically Mephiles and
Look, he got
Infinite
blown
are the
too.
only ones to
Oh,
ever
this is getting
actually beat
serious.
Sonic in any capacity, you know? Because Mephiles kills Sonic in one timeline, and Infinite overpowers him at the beginning of Sonic Forces. I'm concerned. That should be the last emerald. Yo, be fixed already. Tick-tock, tick-tock. You know, I probably, just thinking about it, I probably should. I mean, Abby and I have been thinking we probably want to start using Twitter less as part of the channel, just because we don't really want... My relatives called and asked if my cousin can come and be at my home since he needs to work, so I'm looking at babysitting today. Okay. Sorry to hear that, or if maybe it's not a big deal. But, yeah, Abby and I have been talking about using Twitter less, just to not give Elon douchebag our money. But at the same time, it's our only way we have to communicate with Azure Twilight. I don't know. It's complicated. But yeah, I've also been debating if I want to start linking my TikTok on our YouTube videos, just since... I don't know, I'm torn. Because on the one hand, I only use my TikTok... But yeah, I don't really use Twitter, so for me, I don't mind. Yeah. I mean, because on the one hand, the only thing I use my TikTok for is to upload my edgelord comics. Which, yeah, edgelord originated on this channel, so it is channel relevant. But I also don't know if it would be considered completely channel relevant, you know?
Okay, Gruesome, you're cornered. So how about you just give up and restore the timeline like you found it?
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman! No wonder!
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past.
This is funny.
After Sonic ruined my interstellar amusement park, I stumbled upon a dark primordial essence. I discovered it possessed abilities I have long desired to harness for myself. Namely, that it could travel through the dimension of time. So I decided to utilize its marvelous capabilities and rewrite the past.
Yeah, this is kind... Because I know that, like, this is the era that continuity was starting to get ignored pretty heavily in Sonic. So it is kind of nice to hear it. This game at least I mean, it's a celebration of the franchise, so it has to acknowledge its continuity, but still.
All of time is ours to do with as we please.
But the more your monster tears through the timeline, the more damage you do to it.
So, I'm going to erase that line and reshape it as I see fit.
This has got very strong final boss vibes.
And they call me eccentric. No one will judge us anymore after we've destroyed these Sonics forever. Shall we begin then, Doctor? By all means, my dear Doctor.
I can say that, again, playing this, I understand very much why I fell off the Sonic franchise after Heroes, because, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the boost era gameplay, and honestly, a game, for the most part, needs to have a story for me to be interested in it. Unless it's a pure multiplayer game, you know, like Splatoon. And this game's story is, like, so bare bones. I'm like, it's not doing very much for me, if I'm being honest. It's kind of fun, but that is the best I can say about it, is that it's kind of fun.
That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
You're tougher than that. Come on.
Not you.
On your feet.
You're not beat yet.
Was Shadow in the original game, just out of curiosity? Since he wasn't kidnapped like the others, he was a rival fight.
We're right behind you.
Or was he just added here for
Embrace the emerald.
synergy with the Sonic X Shadow generation stuff?
Win, like you've done time and again.
It's the end. Shadow is indeed an irritant name. Okay, just curious.
Time to scramble some Eggman, supersonic style.
Any chance we can get Super Shadow and Super Silver in this as well? And Blazing Blaze, or Burning Blaze, whatever she's called. Just we get 5 Super Beans. I would appreciate that a lot.
Sonic, can you hear me? I worked with me to modify these transceivers. Even though we're in different dimensions, you should still be able to hear us.
Is something the matter?
We'll beat Mr. Eggman together.
Rings are just...
Is something the
Looks
matter?
like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic! Twitch and go after it!
Nope, instead you get Shadow and everyone yelling stuff in your ears. Okay, well...
It's attacking!
Look out, Sonic!
It's a warping arm attack more than that. To defeat us. Now we'll finish it.
That shot will track you.
Be careful, Sonic!
Switch and go after it.
Is something the
Looks
matter?
like a homing shot!
Careful, Sonic!
No, not what I meant.
It'll take more than that. To defeat
It
us.
looks like a homing shot! Be careful,
Okay,
Sonic!
but how do I hurt him? Also, where are the fucking rings?
It'll take more than
Charge
that.
to the core!
To defeat us.
Sonic!
I
Sonic,
don't like this.
can you hear me? I worked with me
I do
to
not like
modify
this
these
one bit.
Even though we're in different dimensions,
Now we'll
you should still be able to hear us.
finish it.
We're all gonna teach it a lesson!
Come on.
Now we'll finish it.
That shot will track you.
Be careful, Sonic!
I'm trying.
Don't let your guard down.
Yeah, I already know. I mean, I guess it's already better than the final boss fight from Frontiers. Which, again, I do want to emphasize, I liked Sonic Frontiers. I really did.
Shot. Careful,
But
Sonic.
that boss fight was
Is something the matter?
not good.
Careful, Sonic!
Look out, Sonic. It's a warping arm attack.
It'll take more than that. To defeat us.
Switch and go after it.
Is something the
Looks
matter?
like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic!
Now that we've gotten, you know, a Shadow Generations, when are we going to get Sonic X Silver Generations? Actually, you know, fuck that. When can I get a Sonic X Blaze generation? Or Sonic X Knuckles generations?
That looks like a homing shot!
Careful, Sonic.
Icicles? Come on.
Do something!
Keep dodging or else you'll get crushed.
I hate Sonic boss fights.
Not by that, and you won't be able to move.
Now we'll finish it.
Time energy is building up.
Time will slow down.
Okay.
All time will be restored. A laser! Watch out!
That shot will track you. Careful, Sonic!
Time's going to slow down.
Time's going to return to normal.
What's the point of this?
It's attacking!
Sonic, watch out!
How about you guys, I don't know, do something more productive with your afternoons?
You won't be able to move if it catches you.
Damn Art. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I would rather
I worked with
do the Solaris boss fight from the end of Sonic 06. That fight was bullshit and broken, but I at least had an idea of how to get rings, and swapping between the three characters let the other characters restore their rings. There was way more grace in that bullshit boss fight than in this one.
It looks like a homing shot.
Careful, Sonic!
Keep dodging, or you'll get crushed. No time for a nap just yet.
Now we'll finish it.
Looks like a homing shot. Please be careful, Mr. Sonic.
How about
The fucking anxiety of this fucking ring noise.
Like a homing
Seriously.
shot. Be careful, Sonic.
it'll take more than that to defeat us?
Homing shot. Watch it, Sonic!
It's attacking. Look out, Sonic. It's like that arm comes out of nowhere.
This.
Oh, I missed rings.
Switch and go after it.
Ain't something the
Like
matter.
a homing shot.
Careful, Sonic!
Eat a bowl of rancid oatmeal.
It'll take more than that to defeat us.
Looks like a homing shot. Careful, Sonic.
On! I don't understand why I can't just go in for the attack when the target appears. I'm sorry, this is bull stuff.
You'll be immobilized if it catches you.
It'll take more than that.
Go in!
Looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
Now we'll finish it.
That looks like a homing shot.
Sonic!
Sonic,
This is fucking
hear me?
awful.
I worked with
Like, this fight is awful.
Even though we're in different dimensions, you should still be able to hear us. We'll get
something
it
the
done
matter?
too. We'll defeat the enemy together.
Yeah, bullshit. You guys are not doing anything. Okay, I'm checking to say a tip. Yeah, okay. I will be here suffering.
Now we'll finish it.
Looks like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic!
I am going to eat all of your babies if you say that one more time.
Switch and go after it.
Christ.
What's that?
Is something the matter? Is something the matter?
Looks like a homing shot. Please be careful, Mr. Sonic. Switch and go after it.
Is something
Looks
the
like a
matter?
homing shot.
Careful, Sonic.
How about this?
That looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
Do something, you piece of shit! I've only been told that I can boost.
It's attacking! Look out, Sonic!
It's a warping arm attack!
Mr. Sonic!
Is something the matter? How about
So we're actually hitting the time, we just keep boosting forward and pray to God. I just wonder if we're not getting... That's bullshit.
Looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
is something the matter?
Sonic, you can switch by pressing the button.
Is something the
Looks like
matter?
a homing shot!
Careful, Sonic. Switch and go after it.
It's attacking.
Sonic, look out. It's a warping arm attack.
No! Finish it!
What does that laser attack? That seems impossible to dodge. You can completely dodge by switching to the other Sonic. Okay, good to know.
Now we'll finish it!
Looks like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic. Switch and go after it.
How about this?
That looks like a homing shot.
Watch it, Sonic.
Degrees of your front can destroy by holding whatever the jump button is on your controller.
Don't let your guard down now.
How about this?
That shot will track you.
Be careful, Sonic.
How about this?
That looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
It'll take more than that. To defeat us.
Looks like a homing shot.
Please be careful, Mr. Sonic.
Is something the matter?
Yeah, I really wish they had said that kicking the other Sonic was an option. I'm pretty sure they didn't specify that.
How about
That looks like a homing shot.
Watch it, Sonic.
it'll take more than that? To defeat us. How about this?
Looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
take more than that to defeat us.
You won't be able to move if that gets you.
Keep dodging or you'll be crushed.
Easier. Well, yeah, I'd say it has so far, if nothing else. Alright, time to rebuild up my ring count.
To defeat
That's
us.
a homing shot.
Watch it, Sonic!
Switch and pursue.
Is something the matter?
Looks like time energy is building up. Time will slow down.
Yeah, that's great, but what is the point of this? It's not like he keeps moving normally while I'm slowed down or whatever.
Oh, laser me.
It'll take more than that to defeat us.
Looks like a homing shot. Be careful,
Looks
Sonic.
like your mom never loved you.
Time will slow down.
And it is, you know, time for lunch and strudel.
Time's going to return to normal.
And water is wet.
Sonic, watch out! It's a one
It'll take more than that to defeat us.
Fascinating. Would you like to have a menage a trois as well? Or whatever the equivalent of four-way is. Okay, like, so... So if both of these Eggmen decided to fuck each other, would that count as masturbation or incest? Because on the one hand, he's technically, you know, bonking someone who is, you know, of the same blood as him, but on the other hand, he's bonking himself, so... Yeah, would it be masturbation or incest? I'm asking this because I'm really fucking pissed right now and I'm trying to ruin this game for everyone watching.
Still looks dangerous.
Now we'll finish it.
Okay, that's one vote for masturbation.
Careful, Sonic.
Because, yeah, I did a
Is something
photo
the matter?
shoot back in August with a bunch of my friends. The idea is that everyone was meant to be a different version of Edgelord. Right, switch. From a different reality. And since Abby was... Oh, it's mancest. Oh, wait, I didn't quite read what you said. But... Or mastercest is what you said. Got it. But I asked everyone that question. Since Abby was, again... part of the shoot. I said, okay, if me and Abby kiss, does that count? And I asked that same question. Most everyone was like, it's incest.
Looks like a homing shot. Careful, Sonic.
The laser! Watch out!
Now we'll finish it.
That shot will track you.
Be careful, Sonic.
Great. Can it also track my packages while we're at it?
To defeat
It
us.
looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
Yeah, you should look right at it. You should let it home in on your eyeballs and let it gouge them out.
Be careful, Sonic.
No. No, I was just gonna dive headlong into it. I want to get it to know it. I want it to get
Careful, Sonic.
neatly acquainted with my internal organs. I think it's actually called self-cessed. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I want the homing shots to become so acquainted with my organs that I'm basically, you know, they become new organs.
Like a homing shot.
Homing shot. Yeah, well, can it home in and find me a house to live in?
That's a homing shot.
Easy homing shot.
Mr. Sonic.
No.
Is something the
Like
matter?
a homing shot.
Now we'll
Track you.
Be careful, Sonic.
Christ, I am going to eat all of you with barbecue sauce and Fritos.
it'll take more
I'm gonna turn you all into a Frito sundae.
to defeat
That
us.
looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
How about
I'm not gonna, I mean, just to be clear, I'm not gonna actually eat the sundae. That sounds disgusting,
Careful, Sonic.
but
it'll take more than that?
How about a gun? Can I get a gun? Ugh. Rings.
Careful, Sonic!
Watch out for the laser! Sonic, you can switch by pressing the button. Be careful, Sonic!
It'll take more than that.
That looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic!
We'll end it. Burn! Burn to ashes!
Sonic, combine your powers!
Together we can show the world what we can do. It makes me and I'm thanks to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. Fucking finally is right. I'm sorry. That sucked. I'm not gonna pretend like the final boss fight in Sonic Adventure 1 or Sonic Adventure 2 is like amazing. Let's see, I didn't play the boss and I feel exhausted, but I'm sorry, it was better than this. That was total fucking bullshit fuckery. That fight was not fun. I did not enjoy that at all.
Oh, great! So, I have a question for you. Once we're home, you think the timeline will be restored?
How come Knuckles doesn't get a young version of
Think
himself?
about it too hard.
He is, and he and Amy are both from the classic era. Why don't both of them get younger? Again, I stand by what I said. I think the final boss fight against Solaris was, you know, better telegraphed and was more fair than that.
Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
There's our portal home.
How do you know it's your portal home? They hop through it and they accidentally end up in the Mario universe, which is why they keep playing in the Olympics. Sonic and Shadow and Sonic Generation shouts
Sonic!
are more different
Enjoy
in
your
terms of
future!
tone.
It's gonna be great!
Yeesh. Oh my god, I liked it fine up until that boss fight. But I do think this does kind of emphasize why I dropped off the series, because A, that was short. That was a super short playthrough, and at least if you're only doing the main story, and I just don't care enough to get good at this. Oh wait, right, Chemical Plant was from Sonic 2, so it's just Green Hill Zone that it doesn't make sense that Tails would recognize, because Tails would never have been there. While the credits are rolling, I'm going to actually go ahead and start sharing that poll that I have. Because I'm going to need people to vote on it, and we're going to need a consensus on it sooner than I thought. Yeah. Okay. that poll has been posted in the Discord, so feel free to interact with it there. If you follow, if you're a member of our Discord. Sharing it to other social medias. Nostalgia. Yeah, it does. Again, it is kind of interesting that, again, they were totally willing to acknowledge Sonic 06 despite its bad reputation. But again, the storybook games got no representation in this game. Not that I don't necessarily get why. The storybook games are not exactly great, or are they atypical Sonic, you know? I don't know if they're considered canon, you know, since they don't exactly take place in the main Sonic universe. I mean, yeah, it is Sonic. Like, we know for a fact that it is Sonic from the main games and whatnot being pulled into them, but as to it actually being canon, I have no idea. Huh, I just realized, so they just showed And they're showing clips from '06. I mean, I don't know if that's just in this anniversary version, but the fact that they showed Elise and Nephilis, that surprises me. That, again, they're willing to acknowledge that game. But it's like, I just realized Omega's not in this game. Because Omega, like Blaze, is a character who's gotten overlooked quite a bit.
Are you sure you saw a door over here? What? You were the one who said you saw a door over here? Well, I know it was one of us. Shut up and keep looking.
This kind of reminds me of the bad ending of Crash 3, where Uka Uka, Cortex, and
What time is it?
Entropy
It's the
are
exact
just
same
trapped
time
in
as
an
when you asked
abyss.
earlier, and it'll be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. I heard that. Do we ever win? That depends on your definition of win. Beating Sonic. Oh, well then no. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe I'll go back and get my teaching degree. That's not a bad idea. I've always enjoyed telling people what to do.
Okay. All right. Actually, real quick. An Eggman teacher arc would be interesting. Okay, I also just shared the link to the straw poll down there in the chat log for anyone who doesn't follow us on any form of social media. If you guys would like to also participate. And we've already got our first votes. Alright, this is going to be interesting. So yeah, again, well, we beat the base game. I did just share a link to the current straw poll I've got going on for what game I should play after this when I'm done. So if you want to click that link, or it's also on our Twitter and Discord and Facebook group. But yeah, I just beat Sonic X Shadow Generations. Excited for the next stream. Shadow Generations, baby. Bonus content. What do you mean bonus content? Okay.
Shadow! Hurry! Hurry! You have to see this!
What's wrong?
Nothing! Look!
It's lights.
It's the Aurora Borealis. You can only see them from certain latitudes down there. But up here, we can see the whole...
Maria.
Thank you.
Oh, the Shadow
I
Generations
just
Dark
touched a
Beams
little.
prologue. It was
That's
released in
all.
3 parts on
The low
YouTube.
gravity here
Oh.
only keeps your condition in remission. You should know better than to exert yourself.
I know. You're right. But when it comes to the beauty of the Earth, I can't help myself. I can't wait for the day when we can finally return.
I was created here. I don't know if there's a place for me on Earth. Professor Gerald made me the ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicines. Curing you.
You and Grandfather are doing your best. I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research.
Yeah, either gun or the lit. Oh. The fuck? Shadow's date. The fuck is...
Robot was heading towards Grandfather's lab.
Like, I recognize that thing. I know it's, like, from other Sonic games or whatever, but the fuck is that thing? And what is it doing here?
I'll handle this. Just wait here.
And that's how
I'll be
she
back.
died.
I promise.
General? Is that what that robot's called? It's like a robot that copies the moves of others. Oh, so it's an Amazo. Wait, the fuck?
No. This isn't right.
This is the Guardian Units of Nations. Prepare to be boarded.
The soldiers. They storm the Ark. Destroy all evidence. But it's too soon. It's happening too quickly. Professor, we must...
Oh no, it's the endless staircase from Mario 64. Hey, Shadow, your edgelord is showing. Remember, to live and learn in the background.
That was no mere nightmare. And it all began in view of the Ark.
Oh my gosh, you mean there's a game that acknowledges the moon was kerfucked?
No, that can't be. I need answers.
Tell that freak to stay away from me. Abe.
Who?
Shadow, are you alright?
Maria, I'm fine. It's just... The professor created me using alien DNA. The Black Arms, he called them. The same DNA as this larva. This ugly, heartless creature.
Oh, is Shadow gonna become a Keyblade wielder?
No different than this thing.
It's not true. You have a big heart. It may
Yeah,
be
it's so
difficult
big
for
we
you to
might want to
explain,
have that looked
but
at.
I know that deep down you really do care about me.
Okay, seriously, who are you? Who is that kid?
What you do is what defines you. I know you're having a hard time finding answers, but I'm certain you will one day. Then, you'll find even more people you can trust.
This feels very out of place. Like, I know this was technically a separate game re-released alongside Hi Omega, I think his gun chief's kid. Okay.
Evening, handsome. Didn't expect to see you here.
Rouge, what are you doing here?
Just gathering some intel for gun. I convinced Omega to be my backup.
Why can't you just
I have
chaos
reason to
control
believe
onto
the
it?
Black Arms have returned.
Well, you're out of luck here. This is just a supply depot.
Team's back at it again. You know, I'm actually glad Omega's here, because this means that he's bent the... Because again, this game came out, what, last year or the year before? It means that he's been in a new game that wasn't like one of the crossover racing or party games or whatever, you know? I like Omega. I'll see ya. Glad you could be here. But because of just how story heavy this is, this just doesn't seem to
To a ship, but in return, you're going to have to promise to come to
match with
first
how
thing
story
in life.
light Generations was.
I'll take that as a yes. Now then, interested in raiding a gun base? So, Gun funded the research that created you, and when they got you, they sealed you away for 50 years. My point is, don't get too caught up on any vendettas tonight.
Gun is not my enemy tonight. Just an obstacle in my way.
I call dibs.
Oh, jeez.
Chaos control!
Now that I've, you know, committed millions of dollars of property damage,
Shadow to Rouge.
I'm in position.
why aren't they going to?
Initiating launch.
Rouge and Omega should go too. Fair.
Omega, hurry! You have to take out those
This is
guns!
Sonic's birthday to help prepare. Yeah, fair enough.
This is Commander Abraham Tower. All forces, stand down.
I mean, we could have just asked him.
Abe, I brought that intel you requested.
And aided in the destruction of millions in gun assets.
Sorry, but Shadow needed some help saving the world.
She should still be court-martialed for this.
Despite all that's passed between us, he saved the world from Black Doom. He should have known I would have supported him if he asked.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of agree with this guy here.
You could have talked him down, Rouge.
There's only one person who could ever do that.
True. And she was lost to us a long time ago.
Stop that. That life was taken from me long ago. I need to focus on the mission at hand.
Oh, that guy was in Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, a game that was forced to be made non-canon again because of Ken Penders. Oh, I hate Ken Penders so much. I know that in many respects, Ken Penders is kind of like the Simon Furman of Sonic, where I should appreciate what he did bring to the franchise, but I kind of can't bring myself to do that because of all the other creepy crap. Oh. But yeah, I mean, I get why he's not in more Sonic stuff because he's tied to Shadow specifically, but I'm like, okay, you've got a character like him and you've got Gun, which is in a lot of games. Use the guy. Well, then again, it probably was because since he debuted in Sonic, Sonic or Shadow the Hedgehog, which was
start our new lives on Earth. We'll see all the
so
world
it was
has
the
to offer,
peak or not, especially
and
the
learn all
animation
there
fighting.
is
No,
to
it was
know
great.
firsthand. Won't it be lovely, Shadow?
Maria, I don't know if it will be right for me. I'm not like you. What if I can't find where I belong?
I believe in you. With your courage, you can do anything. And if you ever have trouble, you can always count on me to help you.
Wait, what's the difference? Ah, okay, sorry. Wait, again, what's the difference between what's the difference between what's Shadow Story versus new game?
50 years ago, aboard the space colony Ark, the genius Professor Gerald Robotnik sought to create the ultimate life form. He called his creation Shadow.
That was a stupid name.
Shadow was raised alongside Gerald's ailing granddaughter, Maria. They were inseparable. A series of tragedies befell the Ark. The military sought to cover everything up. They took the lives of Gerald and Maria and sealed Shadow away. 50
Like a
years
recap
later,
for who don't know Shadows.
Shadow was awakened, filled with
Here, I'm
eerie
probably still gonna
sadness.
watch it in
It was
case
haunted by
it
Maria's
has some
final
stuff that
words
was
to
in the
him.
games I haven't played.
I beg of you, for all the people on that planet.
Shadow was bent on revenge and sought to destroy the world. At the last moment, Shadow remembered Maria's final wish: to protect her beloved planet and all who lived there. There were more secrets to Shadow's past. Shadow was generated from the DNA of the evil alien conqueror Black Doom. Shadow didn't understand why Black Doom expected him to be the vanguard for his invasion
Right,
of
since
Earth.
I only like played
After
Sonic
many
Shadows
battles,
game once.
Shadow
I don't
crushed
actually
Black
really
Doom and
know
his forces,
the deal
finally
behind the Black
breaking
Arms
free from his
aliens.
past. Shadow the Hedgehog, the lone dark warrior who judges the world by his own code. The past will return to haunt him.
Okay. And I don't know how long I'm going to play it, but yeah, I still have some time.
Can
So.
we wake him up now? Can I meet him?
I believe so, yes. It is time to awaken the ultimate life. Welcome to the world, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow, this is Rouge. Do you copy?
Shadow here. I copy.
Are you still aboard the Ark?
Yes, I arrived at the space colony an hour ago.
Well, you're missing.
Why does it look like the planet's being
I hope you're
nuked?
planning on being here.
I already told you. Gunn detected an unusual biosignature aboard the Ark. I'm not leaving until I eliminate any possible threat.
There's free food.
Well, that's mildly concerning.
Finally, I've got you now. I won't let you get away.
Okay, we're, yeah, we're doing this. This feels familiar in its own right. Oh, good. It's basically a combination of the final level from Sonic Adventure 2 and, well, at least the final level of the villain campaign and Crazy Gadget. Probably my least favorite Sonic level in Sonic Adventure 2.
This is the ultimate power.
Oops. A little ahead of myself, I think.
Chaos control!
I've been shot.
All right.
Okay, quick time events, got it. Shadow Kung Fu Kick. Oh, fake chaoses. We're definitely... Yep, we're definitely on the arc. Nice. I didn't even mean to do that, but I will take it. Sorry.
You.
Oh no! We're in something like the Goblin King would have created.
Meet again, Shadow the Hedgehog.
What's up, Buster?
My latest creation.
This is your doing? How?
Actually, I know some people were saying Black Doom could make for a good main villain of a movie, but personally, I'm of the opinion that if they're gonna use Black Doom in a live-action property, they should either save it for a solo Shadow movie or a Shadow TV show like what they gave Knuckles. Shit, did we just go into Madoka Magica? Okay, I think probably once I beat this level, I might end the stream, because I think I'm getting fatigued again. Or let me rephrase it, I'm feeling my fatigue.
Will arrive once more. You cannot deny your fate.
Won't let him escape.
Shit, we let him escape again. Wow. These levels are a lot more demanding. His Tails is fake Chaos Emerald.
The fake Chaos Emerald Tails made to
Oh,
foil the
wait,
Doctor's
seriously?
plan.
I was joking.
Even I have a hard time distinguishing between the two of them.
Oh look, it's the main antagonist of the game that we're piggybacking off of. Again, it's very interesting that they chose to release this alongside like a remaster / remake of an old game. I mean, to be fair, we didn't know what Shadow was really up to during the events of that, so it's not like this is really ruining anything. It's just, it is interesting that they just didn't make another brand new just Shadow game, you know? Again, I'm not saying they had to or anything. I'm just, again, I just think it's kind of interesting that this was the route they chose to go. Oh, and the stage select is 3D. Cool.
Shadow.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to call that here. Beat the base game. Started this one, so I think I'm doing pretty good. Depending on how long this one is, who knows? Maybe I will be... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I actually will not be able to stream next Saturday morning. I have work training, and then I have something immediately after the training, and I'll be busy until like 7 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so... Yeah, I won't be back with this game next week, but if I have time during the week, which I don't think I will, I might stream then. But yeah, oh, excuse me. Make sure you vote on my current poll. We'll play whatever wins. Then once I do that, then we'll get on to the Dragon Age Inquisition stream, because that will come next. And then going from there, it'll be... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. These games are very fan service heavy, so it'll be a fan service game, then a Dragon Age game. I mean, I know I've only got 2 more Dragon Age games, but still, Dragon Age, Tales, Sonic, and then once I'm done with Dragon Age, then it'll just be those 3, and then, well, then I'll probably work Shantae onto the list as well, because I do want to, especially since the canceled second Shantae game on the Game Boy Advance is actually getting released, so maybe I do want to show some love to Shantae, because I've only played one of her games for the channel so far, and I have 3 more that I am willing to stream. I am not willing to stream the first one. It's too much of a pain in the ass. But yeah, I'm not sure when, but I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.